Welcome back inside the Newhouse studio on the campus of Syracuse University. I'm Noah Eagle, and here with me on the ACC ESPN Halftime Report, Sean McDonough, SU alum. Thank you for taking a break from the action, hustling over here from the Dome.
Yeah, I have good speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was a little faster when I was here on the campus 100 years ago. I had to dodge the dinosaurs back then.
You have a 40 time from back then?
I think I was timed with a calendar on the way from the Dome to here.
Fair enough.
Excited to be with you. Noah, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for joining us again. And earlier tonight, you presented the 2017 Mart Glickman Award to Mike Tirico, another SU alum, your predecessor, Monday Night Football. Mm-hmm. What was that like for you to present that? You did a great job, by the way.
Well, thank you very much. I think I appreciate that very much. The fun part for me is that because it's Marv Albert, Bob Costas, Beth Mowins, me, and now Mike, the 5 Marty Glickman winners, I was happy that it was Mike because I am still the tallest winner of the Marty Glickman Award, which is the most important part of it, although I actually think Beth Mowins is
I was going to say, yeah, you might have to go
back
to back after this.
But I was excited, to be totally honest, Noah, because Mike, I have great admiration for Mike. You know, when I got the Monday Night Football gig, one of the things that I said was most special about it, maybe the most special thing about it for me, was that at the time, the 46-year history of Monday Night Football, I was just the 5th play-by-play person. And to have it be Keith Jackson, Frank Gifford, Al Michaels, and Mike Tirico, that added to the meaning of it greatly for me because they're 4 of the great announcers of all time. You know, Mike's a great representative of this university. The Glickman Award is about leadership and it's about mentoring, and Mike is a leader on this campus in his role as a trustee and the advisory role that he's played here at the Newhouse School. And obviously he's been a great mentor to a lot of students, but also to me. When I got this job, he gave me a lot of great advice, and he's given me a lot of other great advice throughout the years not related to Monday Night Football.
So it all started right here at Syracuse. You mentioned all those names, great names that came through the Newhouse School and through Syracuse, Central New York. What's it like coming back to campus now and seeing this vibrant, whole environment here, maybe going back to varsity, seeing my man Gus over there, flipping some burger melts. What's it like?
Some things don't change.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a long time ago, and he'll probably still be here for a long time to come. Yeah. It's a lot different. I mean, this magnificent studio wasn't here when I was here. The opportunity to do things like what you're doing right now. I mean, I think that's the reason people come to Syracuse, come to the Newhouse School, is to be on at halftime of a Syracuse basketball game on the ACC network, being seen by a lot of people, is a big part of what makes the Newhouse School special. So it's changed a lot, but at the core, it's still a vibrant campus, which it was back then. And I think a lot of people want to come here because of the very special place that it is. Whenever I have friends of mine say, my son or daughter wants to go to Syracuse, in particular they want to go to Newhouse, I always say, well, that's a great idea because I've never met anybody who didn't have a great experience there.
Absolutely. Sean, we're going to keep you captive just a couple more
Sure.
minutes. We're going to take a quick break right here. You're going to stick around. We're going to have plenty more on the other side. Stay with us on the ACC on ESPN Halftime Report. More with Sean McDonough up next. And Halftime Report continues here from the Newhouse studio at Syracuse University. I'm Noah Eagle alongside The ACC on ESPN Halftime Report continues here from the Newhouse studio at Syracuse University. I'm Noah Eagle alongside SU alum Sean McDonough. Sean, thanks for sticking with us through that break.
My pleasure.
And we got a couple more questions for you before you head back to the Carrier Dome for the second half. First, there's been a slew of SU alum that are in the business. Mike Tirico, Beth Mowens, you mentioned all those names. What about some mentors for you? People that you look towards when you were going through Syracuse? You mentioned a couple names, but who do you look towards and some people that really got the job done for you?
Well, Marty Glickman, ironically enough, the name Marty Glickman is attached to the award for a good reason. He was the first. He was the pioneer. And Newhouse is a great school, but I really think it's the old chicken and the egg. I think the sports broadcasting relationship in the communications world with Newhouse really got started because of Marty Glickman. He became a broadcaster by accident. He was a great athlete back in the 30s, became a broadcaster, became a great broadcaster, and then the Marv Alberts and Dick Stocktons and Bob Costas of the world wanted to be like him, so they came to Syracuse because that's where he went. And I think the reputation of the school and the program itself all sort of rose at the same time. But I worked with Marty Glickman. My first job out of school was the Ivy League football game of the week on PBS. I was a sideline reporter. Marty was the play-by-play man. He became a mentor and a good friend to me then, and that's what made the award for me so meaningful when I won it a year ago.
And I'm sure Marty would be extremely proud to watch you on Monday Night Football. Let's talk about that real quick, because that's something that kids all over the world would love to be doing. They would want to be in your shoes, just the fifth person to call Monday Night Football. Could you ever envision that as a young person, someone in college? When did you envision that was a possibility for you?
Well, I didn't think it was going to be a possibility recently because I thought Mike Tirico would do it forever. We were at the British Open in 2015 working together for ESPN, the golf tournament, and Mike and I had dinner one night. He said, when my deal's up, I'm not sure I'm staying at ESPN. I think I might go to NBC. There's the opportunity to do this and that. I said, oh, really? Well, that's a little surprising because you're Mr. ESPN, but it sounds like a great opportunity at NBC. And he said, and I think if I leave, they're going to give you Monday Night Football. And that's when I did some mentoring to him, and I said, Mike, as your good friend, then you need to leave. And go to NBC, because I'd really like to do Monday Night Football. But I thought Mike would stay forever. I'm delighted for him. He had a great opportunity. It opened up a great door for me. It's one of those things you dream about when you're here. I'm sure you're sitting here thinking about all the things that you might do 20, 25, 30 years from now.
Yeah, are you planning on leaving the network anytime
soon?
Well,
at the rate you're going, you will have my job very soon. You will, and there's a lot of other students here who might too. And it's, but it's part of the excitement of being here. It's part of to me, the emotional part of the Glickman Award. When I was here, I thought, someday I'd just like to be mentioned on the list. When they give the list, it's Marty Glickman, it's Marv Alberts, Dick Stockton, Bob Costas. When I was a student here, I thought, wouldn't it be cool someday just to be on the list? And when I won the Marty Glickman Award, and Marv and Bob had won it, and Beth, and now Mike, you think, I'm being mentioned in that same category. So it's really a cool thing. And I think it's something for the folks who are here now to strive for, too, someday to be on that list. Absolutely.
Let's circle back around to the Syracuse environment, which you just talked about a tad. But there's something about this campus that makes people just kind of want to come back to the Hill. It's got that aura to it. What is it for you that just makes you want to come back to Syracuse?
Well, I think it's the people. There's a spirit on this campus. I know that exists on a lot of campuses, but it's true here. I loved my time here. I really did. I've said many times it's as important and enjoyable an experience as I've had in my life. And every time you come back here, you still feel that. I look forward to coming here. But like anything that's great in life, it's the people who make it. And I think this campus has always been occupied by people of great intelligence, but also people of great character.
Awesome. Sean, thank you so much. We'll let you hustle back for the second half
don't want to
of
miss
Syracuse and Iona. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you,
back out to Matt Park and Matt Rowe after this break. You're watching the ACC on ESPN.